Welcome back, another episode of No Clue Garage. This week we're gonna do a little mix up here. You guys see me working on the 67 Sneak Bug here a little bit. Well, today we're gonna jump off of it. We're gonna jump over to the wife's 71. She's got a little issue going on this one. This is a factory sunroof car, as you can see, metal sunroof. Problem is, this thing's set for many years without it being moved, and it is stuck. Now, typical fashion, name of the channel, I have no clue what I'm doing, but I've watched 2 YouTube videos, so I'm YouTube certified now. Only problem is, this is the wife's car. If you watch the previous videos, you see me explain where she wants to do all the work. So today, you guys are gonna get to watch her do the majority of the work. I'll be helping her along. See what happens. We'll see how much we can get done. Hopefully we can get it all done today. We got kind of a short day. It's been a rough week here in southern Oklahoma. We had, I think it was 5 straight days below freezing, which is a lot for us. Pretty cold. We had some days where our wind chills were negative 15. I'm still freezing today, and it's 40 degrees out here, so it's warming up. But let's get things moved around and get started.
Hello.
Let's fix my sunroof.
Yeah. And that's gonna be around.
Talk to it or what?
Look cute.
I'd have no clue what I'm doing. The problem I have is that this right here, we need to remove this chunk of headliner.
How do you do that if you can't get to the edges of it?
That's the problem. You need to open and slide this back enough so you can get in here and pop this panel down. Problem is that this doesn't move.
Yeah, it doesn't.
See, it's got clips here. There's some clips here that attach this to the actual sunroof. But I can't get in there to get them popped down with this in place. And I don't want to cut the headliner.
Do we have to take the handle off?
Not yet. It sounds like we're stuck pretty good right in there. Problem is, I don't want to break the cable. This runs by cables that run across here that connect to tracks here, that when you turn the handle, slide it forward and back. See, it moved forward because I saw that sag a little bit.
That came off a little bit. So it's coming back from the front.
It's moving on that end.
Oh yeah, it is. I think it's just
like
stuck in here. Hey, look. This
Shortest video ever.
shortest video. What it was is this right here was just stuck.
It slides. I thought it popped off.
And it's actually going really smooth.
A sunroof. Oh my goodness.
It popped off.
I thought, since it had sat for so long, that the cables that run in these tracks up here had gotten rusted up in there.
know the sunroof.
Yep, it's got a sunroof. So apparently that's not the case. It was just stuck. The headliner pieces were stuck together. Is all it was.
Well, how rough does all that look, though?
I don't know.
I'm getting.
Go ahead, get in there. You girls get in there, sit down. So I thought all the cables, the way this works, it has a cable that runs through a track system, and they have a tendency to rust up inside the tracks. So I thought that's what it was, but luckily it wasn't. So if it was, what we would have to do is come in here, remove all these screws off all this brittle plastic trim, and pull the cable system out. So I think all we're gonna have to do on this,
Clean it.
I'm just gonna clean up in these tracks here and put some grease in there so that it'll ride smoother. But it looks like what happens, you can see this had set shut. This thing's probably been shut for probably 8-9 years. And it looks like the headliner had just got stuck together. So we'll start looking at what we need to do to clean it up. What we'll do is we'll clean up these tracks and get some grease. You can see, if you look down in there really close, you can see the cable that runs inside these tracks. Get a little bit of grease, some spraying grease, get it in there, and then maybe move on to something else.
Where are you going?
To New York.
New York?
Uh-huh.
Oh. Good luck with that.
Don't worry, once we get to the airport, it's gonna be fun.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
All right, it's about to get loud. Gonna clean up inside this track. Clean your track. You keep closing Mama's step. She needs the door open so she can step.
I don't want to put all my weight on the thing.
You paint it?
Yeah, I'm cleaning. Watch out. You need cleaner on you.
Yep, you girls might want to jump out of there so you don't
spray
get
you with cleaner.
sprayed with cleaner.
Why?
All right, now we're just gonna use a cleaner, a stiff brush. Them girls are,
They're on one.
they have drew them a racetrack with sidewalk chalk in the garage.
They have been cooped up in the house all week because of weather. They've been out of school and everything. So they're a little crazy right now. Ooh, lots of gunk breaking out.
Yep. Hopefully this plastic will come around. You gotta be careful with this plastic because it is old. This is probably original plastic to this car. So 71.
I don't know if it is. Dad bought, I swear, every part for this thing. In the 90s, though, so it's still 30 years old, at least. I'm out of reach.
Get in there and get it all cleaned up good. Also with this, it's gonna let us test the drains and see if we need to clean them out. See if they're draining.
It used to.
Did it used to leak?
Didn't. Well, it just depended on how bad the storm was. But I have distinct memories of driving to school in high school one day and hitting the brakes at the bottom of the hill on Mom's corner and water pouring out of it down my back
Yeah.
and onto my bags and stuff.
Get in here.
That's my hand.
Get all this cleaned up so we can come back with some spray lubricant. Let's get inside these channels. Oh yeah, that plastic cleaned up pretty nice.
Yeah, it actually looks pretty good.
Gotta look and see how this headliner is attached in here. We can figure out a way to at least re-glue it so it stays up there or something. There's supposed to be a felt seal, I think right here, that is no longer there. So that will allow water to still get back, but you have to take the whole sunroof out to replace that, which we will one day. Just right now we want to get it on the road. Alright, just got a light piece of sand here. There's just some old gunk and stuff built up on top of this aluminum track, which that actually rides on. So to make it hopefully ride a little smoother, just want to clean that stuff off. And this is, what is this? I have no idea. Blue, this is blue, 320. This 320 grit, it's just cleaning off some of this gunk. Right there, so that's what it looked like. And that's what it's nice and smooth now, so hopefully help that ride. And this is almost like a sticky kind of, just dirt and old grease build up and stuff. So I spent probably a total of 45 minutes watching videos to get YouTube certified on how to take this apart and fix it. I don't even have to. You know what YouTube certified is?
Watching a single video.
It's when you watch enough videos on YouTube that you think you know how to do it.
Hello again.
Here's some spray if you need a little bit of spray on it.
Hello.
What are you doing?
Go through the house to get there, okay?
What is that? Oh.
It's this metal block hitting the...
Oh yeah, it's
better.
Yeah. You can't really get back in here, but that's gonna help. And we'll put a little bit of that dry lube or whatever on there when we go to clean it. Need to find a handle.
Yeah, I need a new handle. I used to have one. Just picked up some dirt.
Sorry.
Did you just break my handle?
Yep, the whole the plastic dimple piece that goes in the headliner. This is how brittle that plastic is. Look, it just broke right out of there. But you know what? J-Bugs, they sell this stuff. That's tight right there when it goes.
It always was.
See, it's supposed to have a seal. You can see the remnants of it right there. What's left of it. The seal's supposed to go across here, so when it goes up, it pushes against and keeps air and water out.
I'm sure it had one, but I can't remember.
Yeah. Well, it did, because that's what's left of it right there. But we can order that. They sell all the parts for this. So now, we'll go get some spray lube here in a little bit. And lube up those tracks. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, it really needs some lubrication on them cables.
It was never easy to open. Get Cameron for comic relief.
Yeah.
Chicken noodle.
All right, we'll leave it sit like that. Then we'll get some spray lube so I can spray in there. I don't know, maybe some white lithium or something to get in there on those cables.
Isn't that what batteries are made of?
Lithium? Yeah, lithium.
You're a smart feller. Well, since that didn't take very long, we're gonna tune the carburetor for a little bit. I know there's a little screw that I'm supposed to twist.
A little screw you're supposed to twist. Well, we want it to warm up a bit, so. But we're all the way, well, almost all the way off the choke. So. Okay. You look back in here, you'll see that right there is your mixture screw.
Okay. And she died.
And it died. It's not warm enough yet.
She did. Why do I turn it?
Well, we gotta wait until it warms up and comes off the choke. So right now the choke is choking the air down, so it's allowing it to suck more fuel anyway, so you'll get the wrong reading. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna turn that little screw and you're gonna turn it in clockwise, like you're screwing it in, until you hear the engine start to run different. Then you'll pull it back out just a hair. What you're doing, what that's doing, that's changing your air to fuel mixture. It's fine. It's warming up and coming off the choke. Okay, let me see. We're gonna, yeah, I'm gonna have to have your help keeping it running. There. So, what we're gonna do, and you killed it. gauges, so it's got an oil pressure, block temperature. I don't remember if it has a tach or not, but that's what all these wires are. And the mice have eaten them, so I've got to get in here and replace that. And we might get rid of the aftermarket gauges to go back to an original mesh. So if that's the case, all those can come out. But we'll do that when we pull this engine out, clean this engine bay up. That'll be coming soon on a future video.
It is pretty rough.
We'll clean up the tins and paint all the tins. Maybe replace the cardboard on the inside. Get it looking good. Clean up the oil on the block. It sounds like it's running better. I still don't know what that little squeak is. I need to get in there and adjust the valves still. I have never adjusted the valves on a VW engine, so I will learn it. Now when we get back from lunch, we gotta go do lunch with Grandma. We'll get some spray lube for the sunroof and get back on it.
We're back. We went to O'Reilly's and we found some white lithium grease, which I guess the guy who works there fixed the windows tracks in a 67 bug with that. And then we found some yellow super weather strip and gasket adhesive stuff we're gonna try. Say hello.
Hello.
We're gonna try to use this to glue the headliner back on. Right here, I just vacuumed this little spot out through here. I just tried to vacuum it out a little bit. We're gonna try to stretch this the best we can up, and then I've got some clothespins to try to hold it there until the glue dries.
Probably gonna have to heat it with a heat gun
So
to loosen up that headliner a bit and get it to stretch some more.
it pulls pretty good. You just gotta pull it.
Yeah, it's got to pull around enough though that the glue will hold it down inside this track, because that's what that track's meant for, is to hold the glue. So we'll put a little heat on it, get it pulled, and pull it up.
Let's see if we can't.
Yeah, the only headliner glue I could find was the spray kind. That was not going to really work here, so I got some, it's like trim glue.
Like weather stripping
adhesive. And we're going to clean this out and put some of that in there, let it tack up, pull it around and see if that works.
Bunch of like loose paint and stuff I'm trying to get out so that the glue has the best surface to stick to. Give us the best chance. Here, just since my headliner is still in such good shape. If it was in worse shape, I wouldn't care so much. And would probably be coming up with an alternative anyway, but it still looks really good for the most part. So we'll just see if we can get this to stick back down. What do you think, Dad?
Yeah, I'd hit it with the vacuum. Suck all that out. Flake off what you can off the headliner there.
To vacuum the seat.
Yeah. And then you might, while we're at it, get this in and we'll just kind of pull those pieces back over.
Should we do the grease before or after the headliner?
Doesn't matter. No matter what, the headliner's gonna have to be open, or the sunroof's gonna have to be open to do that, because the clips will get in the way. So might as well just do it now and let it tack. And then while that's drying, we can go through and grease all that.
Okay. Oh. What happened? I didn't
had it
do.
open for you.
Why did you do that? I didn't know it was open. I didn't know.
Is it all over the car?
Yeah, just a little bit. It's all over my hand.
Back off. Go ahead and just step down. Restart.
Okay, so this stuff says that we've got to spread it on both surfaces. So I'm going to spread some up here and some over here with my finger. And then we got to let it get... It says may cause skin irritation. It'll be fine. Catch the dog. So we'll let that get tacky and then we'll try to stretch that up and see if we can't clip it to get it to hold. Just put it where it looks like it was stuck before. Feel like it's getting tacky quickly.
It is. Let's go around the corner. All these little tabs. Go to come way up here as far as you can.
Oh, I'm making a mess. These strings, it's worse than hot glue. I'm gonna put some here too, just to
Not too much because it'll come through the holes in the headliner.
yeah, just spread
just
it nice
enough.
and thin, just to try to hold it. Because we only have clothespins to try to clip this with, and I don't think those are gonna be super
Oh, okay.
trustworthy.
We're gonna have to clean that off once the headliner's there, so it doesn't stick up here again.
Okay, I didn't realize I was hitting that. My bad.
Yeah. All right, now come around this side and get this.
I'm at the wrong angle. I gotta switch hands.
So now I'm gonna stretch this as tight as I can get it. Fold it around. Holy cow, I might have did something right here. Let's see. Oh, this has got to stretch a little more. I can see the line where it originally was.
I'll just put a
Yeah.
crap ton of clothespins in there. I've got a whole bunch. I'm just gonna click the heck out of it because I don't trust the clothespins to really hold it.
It's not perfect, but it's better than what it was.
I mean, That'll do.
Clips.
Good enough for what it is and who it's for, right? Cool.
Let that glue dry up, and then we'll move on to the next one.
Such a good little garage doggy. This is Max. He's about, 2-3 months old.
3 or 4.
Oh, 3 or 4 months old. Cool. He's only been with us about 4 weeks. But he's turned out to be a really good boy. Come on, buddy.
All right. While the glue's drying, I'm going to go ahead and spray some white lithium grease into these tracks. Let it start penetrating into that cable a little bit. Once the clips come off, once the headliner glue's dry, then we'll be able to work the headliner back and forth and see if it helps. All right. I know it's hard to see, but down inside there, you can see the cable. The top track is where the cable actually runs that moves the headliner front and back. The bottom is where the excess from the other side goes. So I'm just gonna get in here. Yeah, it's making a mess. Apparently I can't control my trigger finger here. I used to remember lithium grease being a little thicker than this. But this will work. Okay, here.
Get that all over my seats.
Yeah, it's getting everywhere. But that's gonna help. We're gonna let that sit in. And then after this glue gets tacked up, we'll go through, clean up the excess, and start working that headliner back, or the sunroof back and forth, and see if it rides any better. I am going to get a screwdriver, take these screws out, and try to get some grease in here into the actual mechanism. So let me grab a screwdriver.
I'm going to do that.
Oh no! The magnet come loose off the bottom of my little bill.
Oh,
I wonder where I could get some glue to
that's right there.
fix that.
I got everywhere. So this one and this one, and then the
all
little
of
ones.
them. Yeah, all of them.
Don't break the plastic.
Don't
break
the plastic. Actually, I believe the bottom ones have to come off too, because I think they thread into that plastic. But this will allow us to get some grease down into the actual track, to the mechanism that turns the cables.
Might make that handle a little easier.
Maybe. No, it looks like it's loose. It's going to pick straight up. See, now here, this is the mechanism. These are the cables that run the headliner. So pretty much there's just a little gear here that rides in these grooves on this cable.
Aren't these connected to what you just greased?
Yes.
Like, so it's all
So
one.
this top one here is that one you see here, and then the excess goes down low and goes in the bottom track over here. And then this top one comes from up top over there and goes low here. That way when you crank it, when you close it, it pulls this forward and the excess goes to the back. And then when you open it, the ends are probably up here. That's why you don't see them down there. But now with that, we can get in here. That stuff goes everywhere. Careful.
I mean, I can't do much worse than I did with the glue, right? Violent.
It's a grease that's mixed in a solvent, and then after a while the solvent will evaporate and leave just the grease. So go ahead and...
I think, yeah, that screw lines up with that.
Yeah. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna get down in between these two right here. Watch your eyeballs. Try to shoot some each way down towards into that track. Okay. Then now we just got to put these pieces back together and put the trim back on. You remember what screws went where? Because
Two
there's
big
3
ones.
different screws here.
There are?
Yep.
I thought there was 2 different screws. It's not.
Well, I think there's only supposed to be 2, but this thing's been apart before. So
Well, the 2
you're
big
right.
ones go
The 2
up
big
here.
ones go in the center.
And the cruise says, sign the cruise, sorry, card. Yeah. No.
Just get them down. Don't snug them up yet. Start all your screws before you tighten them. Now I know this one went here because I saw it come out of there. That's the oddball. It's longer.
Knowing Daddy lost the screws and just found something that worked.
The one that has my out.
Alright.
Now start
Now this-
snugging them. They don't have to be super tight because that plastic will crack. Yeah, that'll work.
Where's Max?
He's up here. Stay up here, buddy. Stay up here, Max. Come on.
No idea what that camera's pointed at.
That
That
one's
one's
not
just
tightening.
twisting.
Yeah.
But the rest of them tightened up.
Okay. All right. So now we'll give that glue another 10, 15 more minutes before we start pulling the clips off, and then we'll start trying the deal. While I'm here, I'm gonna spray a little bit of this right here, white lithium grease, and then just kind of this little thin coat just to protect where I sanded there. Put a little bit of a grease coat on there. Just kind of help that slide along that track there. All right, now we just wait and wash our hands.
It may have been long enough. We're gonna find out.
Let's see what happens. I ain't worried about it sticking. Oh, yeah. Back to
The
stuff.
clothespins might
Clothespin
stick to it.
That's not the part. It's just it's staying because we had to pull that a little bit, so it's got some tension on it. So we'll see if it stays.
Like a bubble.
Yeah, it's because this is where it was still kind of attached, and then pulling on it, it come loose. So eventually we're gonna have to rip this part back and do that. But we'll see what happens.
Ta-da!
Looks like it stayed. On the inside, see what it looks like. So it looks pretty good in here. What's up? A little bit right here, but it'll be fine.
Looks better than it did.
Yeah.
Not hanging down.
So now the moment of truth is to make sure that this doesn't rip it.
It
which
pulled the
is.
bubble out.
Pulled the bubble right there in the center.
I think we can try to just glue and clip it down right there.
Yeah, we're gonna have to try this. So much easier.
So it looks way easier than I remember.
And then, did it seal up top?
Yep.
Sealed, it comes back. And then I broke your little deal that goes right there. In fact, it's right here.
Breaking
But
things.
you can see how it was just barely holding on anyway. The rest of the plastic's up there still.
Pretty sure those aren't that expensive.
No,
So
we'll have to find. I think J-Bug sells them. And probably get a whole new handle with a knob on it.
yeah.
Because that
Max.
looks like that changes. But that glides so much easier now. Just a little bit of grease goes a long way. So I'm gonna have to glue this section here, which we can do. That is like not getting any up there. It's gonna take me all day. It's getting up there.
Watch out.
You're just gonna make a mess. Here, need to get it on the inside of the headliner. Okay, let's just let that tack up.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, so there's still a little bit over here, but here, put another clip.
A little
there.
bit here.
I know we didn't get any glue over here, but just put that there. Max,
once we get this pushed out a little bit, I'll get in there and clean all that out.
What's next then?
I don't know. Can't really do anything about my dash yet that I want to do, because if I take any of that off, I will have just huge holes.
Yep, we gotta wait until we get the dash parts in.
I don't remember that being broken.
Yeah, they get brittle from the sun.
I just don't remember
But
it being that way.
You can buy those new, I've seen them.
Yeah. So, I think the next big thing will be tires.
Tires?
So, we gotta work on the brakes a little bit more,
Yep.
because they feel...
Electrical, I gotta figure out why only one brake light's working and no tail lights.
Yep.
But that's fun. I like electrical, so. And then just clean it up. We've got some body stuff, some interior in here to work on. This is coming apart here, this door card, and then back in the back, the headliner where it goes all the way down is coming off. But we'll get to that. But let's let that dry up and see what happens.
Okay, take these clips off. And give it a whirl. Oh, that's so much nicer than I remember it being. Okay, so when I was gluing it, I got some glue here. I made a little bit of a mess. There's even some right there. I'm gonna try to clean that off. Because what was wrong with this sunroof was this vinyl here was stuck here. And that's why it wouldn't move. So I'm gonna try to clean that off to try to keep that from happening again. Okay, I just sprayed some brake cleaner on this paper towel. I'm gonna see if I can't just clean it up. That's working. Oh, I got that stuff everywhere. There we go. That's better. That cleaned up. Oh, there's some over there. Much better. Well, since it's pretty out and nothing we were gonna do today took as much time as we thought it would, I'm gonna see if I can't tackle some of this. So, see if I can make it look a little bit better.
Alright. So you take some of this, just put some on your finger, smear it on here. Ooh, that's rough. I don't know if this is gonna help any.
Can't make it worse.
Put some on there. Yuck. Take your pad here, kind of get in a little bit. Don't go full throttle or you're just gonna spray this stuff everywhere. You just kind of go slow at first until you get it worked in a little bit. This isn't gonna work good on here. And I can tell you why. If you look here, see this bumper was painted. You see all that? That's the sand marks where they hit this with a really thick grit sandpaper. So this bumper will never shine again. Here, let me get a rag. Yeah, they've just ground all the shine off it. You can see right here in the spots where they didn't grind as much, that's not gonna shine. So, we will be looking for a bumper for a 71 Super. Doesn't have to be perfect, but in the meantime, why don't you come try it up here?
Okay.
There's other ones over there too. If you think you need like a shorter one, try to get into here, or if you want to try a round one. That looks
Shinier.
a whole lot better.
It's a whole lot shinier.
So you know what now? Take this and that and then just start hitting all the chrome all the way around your car. Except for the hubcaps. I already did the hubcaps.
Well, the front bumper didn't work, but the back bumper shined up a little bit. It's just a little rough, but that's okay. The whole thing is rough. Well, I think that's going to do it for this one. None of the projects we wanted to do took as long as we thought they would. So we'll see what happens there. But it's NASCAR time. So we're going to go sit on our butts and watch the Atlanta race and get some dinner cooking on the grill. And we'll see y'all next time.
Yep, next time. Hopefully next time be a little more exciting. I'm trying to get better. I know I'm boring, but you know, this video didn't pan out. I thought it was going to take a lot longer than what it did to work on that sunroof. And it didn't, which is good because we didn't have to tear it apart. But we threw in a couple other things. Tuned on the carburetor a little bit. It's still probably not right because I don't know what the heck I'm doing. But we'll see if it runs better. Next big things on that car, I'm going to get some tires on it, finish adjusting the brakes out, get the tags up to date, and heck, we're going to start driving it. On the stink bug, I'm going to order up some tie rod ends, the through rods for the front end, some air shocks. I'm going to try to do a poor man's low budget air ride on the front. Got a couple of ideas. So we'll see how that comes along, but we'll see what comes up next week. I think next week we got to go pick up that other car.
Right, so it might be a completely different type of video next
Completely
week.
different type video next week. If it pans out, my mom gave me an old. I say it's not an old car. It's her old car. It's an old Chevy HHR. Apparently, I believe the timing chain went out on it, so we're gonna get it over and start going through and see what it needs. Maybe we'll get it running, sell it, put some money back into the bugs. Maybe I might fix it up and start driving it. I don't know, but we'll see what comes out of it.
See what happens.
See what happens. So hopefully this video is all right. It might be a little boring, but
I don't think it will. There's plenty of little surprises in
they'll
it.
get better. They'll get better, especially as summertime gets long. We'll get some other projects going. We can actually get out here and have more time. Today we had to wait till it warmed up, so couldn't get too much done. So, but we'll see. But Remember, if you want to, go ahead and like and subscribe. Helps us out. You know, it doesn't cost you anything, but you know, it sure does help us out. We're trying to get our subscribers and viewers up there and see where this YouTube thing goes.
Go find us on Facebook.
Facebook, No Clue Garage 580 on Facebook.
We'll post a whole lot on there, but we'll get better.
Yeah, and then I'm going to try to start a TikTok too, so we'll see what comes out of that. All right, well, thanks for watching.